want to talk about why I created this course. I created the course because I am passionate about helping people transcend barriers and live life to its fullest. Not just the last third of life, all of life. I have always been fascinated with how life turns out for people because I was in human resources for over 35 years. I've been able to observe people's life paths over decades. I've hired and coached thousands of leaders, and it has been an education observing different life trajectories. Watching someone I hired as a trainee become a CEO 30 years later, observing an incredibly confident executive who struggles when they hit retirement, helping someone think through life-changing decisions as they navigate balancing family, career, and their own sense of purpose. My wish for everyone is that life could be a rising arc that just keeps getting better and better despite all of the challenges that can come up. I see scores of people who flounder in the last part of life, and others who seem to be on a path to greater and greater fulfillment even as they age, even as they face whatever surprises life has in store, living their dreams, sharing their passions, staying creative and vital. That's what I want for myself. That's what I want for everyone I love. That's what I want for you. So that's why I created this course. I'll tell you a little bit about my own story. For my 50th birthday, my husband surprised me with a blank 5-section notebook with a red cover and a new pen. He said, "I encourage you to start planning what your retirement could look like." Frankly, he was worried about me. I was a corporate executive in a global Fortune 500 enterprise, and the year prior I had been promoted to the head of HR role for the enterprise. My career had always been important to me in my life, and he was concerned that when my identity shifted away from being my corporate title, that I would struggle to find meaning and purpose in life. Getting that blank journal was a wake-up call for me, a wake-up call like this course might be for you. I had learned to meditate about 10 years prior to that, and though I was really sporadic at that time in my practice due to my work schedule, I found that meditation helped me manage my stress, and when I did carve out the time and could touch stillness and silence, everything in my life flowed better. I was a better leader, a better partner, and I could breathe and think more expansively. We also took an annual trip to Canyon Ranch in Tucson, Arizona. So on the trip to Canyon Ranch, after I got my 50th birthday notebook, I felt the impulse to really start thinking about life beyond my career. And I told one of the meditation staff members there about my notebook and the challenge my husband gave me, and he recommended a book called Soul Mission Life Vision by Alan Seal. That book, along with my red notebook, launched me on a deep process of thinking about life. I am so grateful for the early preparation because when sudden retirement became possible 7 years later, I took the leap. I think I was more prepared than most people, certainly more emotionally prepared than I would have been if I hadn't done the advanced thinking. And then I took the first years of retirement to do even deeper inner work and more thinking and preparation. One of the things I have learned is that most people put a tremendous amount of effort into the financial component of planning for retirement. But in terms of the emotional, psychological part of retirement, they put about as much effort as planning a vacation. Most people wildly underestimate the impact of this transition in their life. I'm not saying I had it all figured out because I didn't. I'm now 8 years in, I have stumbled, and I am still learning and still growing. Every day I meet people who have learned to really thrive in retirement and some who struggle. And I am so grateful to all of them for sharing their experiences so that it might go better for others. The reason I created the course is because I would like to share what I'm learning to help you fall squarely into that first category, to see you embrace this time in your life, to live at your best, and to find deep fulfillment to truly thrive. So that's why I created the course. And while we're on the subject of retirement, isn't there a better, less antiquated word? That's what we'll talk about in the next lesson.